Welcome to Warsaw, or just outside of Warsaw. Let's see if we can't go ahead and take the city with our army group, guys. We've gotten a lot of practice in the last mission. We haven't lost a single one of them. So, I say we begin the attack on the Polish. And yes, it might be a little premature to start firing artillery right away, but I say we go in aggressive as possible and really try to minimize damage to our own units. So I'm going to go ahead and bombard that cavalry unit and start attacking with some armor here. I don't want our guys to be hurt at all. I also want to get a closer look at the enemy. Plus, they've got some frustrating things like the 37mm here right outside of town. Would be nice to do something about that. But first, let's see the situation as it is. You know what? I think I'm actually going to move this unit here. Go ahead and open fire on the armored car. But again, just like the last mission, one important thing here is we want to try to minimize our losses. And I mean greatly minimize our losses. Because of course, if we can bring some of these guys to the next battle, well, they're only going to be that much stronger and have that much more battle experience. I think we can go ahead and get the infantry and start going straight for the bridge. It is a little risky, but what isn't in this game? And of course, my plan was to take Kutno first and then focus on Warsaw. Essentially give Warsaw our full attention. But that's going to mean, of course, getting through to Kutno. The 1st Pioneer have proven themselves brave many times here. Of course, it's going to require them to probably take some losses if they're going to go in. I'll try to get them some scout support, but that may or may not happen. So in the meantime, I think all I can offer them is at least a bombing run by the Stuka here. Alright, that almost didn't happen. I was worried there for a second. And let's do a full charge by the 1st Pioneer. Men have fought much tougher enemies in this campaign, so I expect you to do a good job. Let's get over here. Take the 2nd Wehr Infantry. I wish we could push them a little farther than that. In fact, I'm going to send one of our Messerschmitts just to do a strafing run on the enemy's armored car here. And look at that. That is the cavalry we paid a tremendous amount for. Not sure if it was worth it. The 15th Cavalry, I put them at full strength of 20. So again, we'll see if that pays off or if that was just a bad idea. I think that's all I'm going to be able to do now. I could check to see if their airfields have anything in them, and it looks like they are clear. Alright, very well, Poland. I guess you get out of this one. Like to have attacked him this turn too with the infantry, but that's not going to happen. Let's just go for the double attack here, of course, first with the 2C, and then we'll follow up here with the 3rd Wehr Infantry. This is our infantry division that actually has a hero within it, and I mean that actually seriously. These guys actually do have a hero in the unit. We've really tried to focus a lot on this unit, put a lot into it, and we're going to keep doing that. This is going to be sort of one of our top Wehrmacht units. And hopefully we'll have a few more, but you really want a few veterans here to lead you through the campaigns. Okay, wow. 14th Pioneer getting an instant kill there. Again, another Pioneer unit that joined us from last turn. And let's see if we can't wrap this up by turn 15. They're actually doing concerted attacks on our Dornier. Suddenly, I feel like I wish we had some Vervins, but hopefully we can do something here. It looks like the Polish Air Force is a lot more prepared here near Warsaw, near the capital, than elsewhere. And that's not surprising in the slightest, but I want to save that Dornier. I don't want him going down. So first things first, I've gotten my feelings hurt a little bit. I might want to go straight for that fighter, or we can go for the enemy bomber, which is a bigger threat to us and to our infantry. Let's go for the PZL. For the Luftwaffe, I'd love to get also a Luftwaffe ace here to really just have an excellent Messerschmitt unit. Although I have to say, just in general, these Messerschmitt units are incredible, as you can see there. In fact, we're probably going to use them to bombard that bridge location, make it a little bit easier for the rest of our infantry to make it across. We'll also give them a shot with the Sturm Panzer, let them feel the wrath of this gun as they tried to destroy it before. And we're just not having that. Feuer! Alright, men, full charge! Now, we have forced the enemy out, but if I can move the 2nd Wehr Infantry into that tile, that's exactly what I'm going to do, and finish off the retreating Polish infantry. Sorry, guys, there's no room for being nice here in the invasion of Warsaw and in the ultimate subjugation of Poland. We've got to be as aggressive as possible. I'm even going to move my scout car behind here, and I'm lucky because typically I wouldn't have made that move. There could have been an ambushing unit, but I took the risk. Start attacking this bridge, and of course moving north to take this airfield and this town. I guess this cavalry will come in handy one way or another. So what I'm actually going to do with the cavalry, I could either go ahead and use him to attack the scout car, or push him on through towards Kutno. And I think I'm going to give the 15th Cavalry the glory of taking Kutno. Alright, boys. Get a little bit closer to that airfield. And let's give one of our Panzers the glory of the kill. Actually, wait 1 minute, folks. We've got to make sure that we evenly distribute these attacks. Number one, I definitely want to repair my poor little plane here, my Dornier. It's taken a nasty beating. And as for our infantry, we're going to start approaching closer to the front lines, but specifically we're going to take out the anti-tank weapons here. And actually, I might use these tanks to start attacking the infantry here near Warsaw. We've already been, High Command has already told us, I should say, that there's going to be a lot of defenders here at Warsaw, without a doubt. I'm actually going to move these guys through. And we could go straight for the attack on that infantry unit or wait a bit. And actually, it might seem crazy to attack an anti-tank gun with a tank, but when they're this weak, it's actually not such a bad idea. What would be great is if we could follow up with an actual kill. It's alright, though. It's going to have to do for now. We could even bring in some elites if we would like. Or we could go straight for the town and the airfield. Let's grab the town and the airfield. Sure enough, there's going to be infantry there. I wonder how our armor are going to perform defending the town. Definitely not going to attack, because that would be terrible. But what about defending the actual town? Will that be a good idea or a terrible idea? Who knows? But one thing I know for sure is we need to bring in the first Pioneer for this. Let's just hope that their cavalry doesn't get the bright idea to attack us, which they very well might. It's going to be it for now. Nothing we can bring in but Broken Pioneer. And I'm not bringing in any Broken Pioneer units. That's just unacceptable. Take a look here, make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. If anybody doesn't like the 3D aspect of the game, you can always use this look to sort of play, which I think is quite interesting. It's a pretty look, actually. But I prefer actually seeing things up close and personal. Don't forget, guys, if you want a unit named after you, make sure to let us know in the comments down below. We really want to bring you guys into the fight. Okay, now we've got some serious Polish tanks moving up. Nothing serious in terms of late war, but they absolutely are trying to do a little counterattack here. Yeah, I was worried about this. This was a poor mistake on my part. Maybe they'll skip the infantry, actually. They should have attacked the infantry instead of the Ostwind. Not the Ostwind, the Sturmpanzer, pardon me. But this is going to be a time for our cavalry to shine. Massive counterattack here by the Polish. We're definitely going to have to rest a bit before we continue. And they're already attacking the cavalry unit I spent so much on. Completely encircled. So let's put an end to that right now. Actually pull back with the Sturmpanzer. And I'm going to focus on this guy. The reason being, he's at our southern front. And I think this is going to be the easiest one to defend. Also, we don't want to lose that bridge. Let's make sure that our men are on combat mode. Sehr good, men, sehr good. Over here as well, we've got a recon bonus. And we can move this tank up from behind to attack the enemy. Of course, that does mean leaving the city tile temporarily. You know what? I think what the best thing to do is we're going to get some elite replacements. With our general, we can only do this 3 times per fight. And I'm going to send the 14th Pioneer after. Actually, we need the 14th Pioneer to take the city. That's the problem. We're going to have to just leave this tank behind, fighting off the Polish infantry for a little bit. Sorry, guys. That's the way it's going to have to be. I will, however, get the kill for my 1st Panzer right here. And let's bring in the 14th Pioneer. He's actually not going to do as well against the enemy tank as I anticipated. So let's keep all of our attacks for the enemy infantry, or we bring in the Dornier and we try to sort of weaken this guy a bit. I think we go for the infantry first, believe it or not. So let's just try to bomb it. I would have expected to have gotten a better attack there, since they're in open ground, but nonetheless, we've got that mass attack bonus. We just need to stop the enemy from having any reason to attack one unit with both units, because we don't want to lose any here. We're really trying to save every single one of our fighters, every single one of our armies for the upcoming invasions. They've done a great job, and we need them to keep fighting. Look at that. Bunch of Stukas to have fun with, and Messerschmitts, of course. And I think it's time to go ahead and wipe out the enemy air force. I'm hating these fighters. They are harassing us nonstop. So let's go straight for these fighters. They are no match for our Messerschmitts. Although, with the situation Poland is in, we have to admit that these fighter units are really putting up an amazing, amazing fight. Even managing to knock down a few Messerschmitts in these air combats. Gotta give them the respect they deserve. Unfortunately, we can't get over there, but I believe we can rebase this unit at the new airbase. Closer to Warsaw. At least they'll be ready to go next turn. Is that it? I believe we've moved everybody. I'd love to have a few more units. Oh, that's right, one more attack. And potentially we could get a recon attack here, as well as an infantry attack, but they're everywhere. It's not like we have much of a choice. Für Deutschland. Go, men. Down to 9. It would be better if it was less, but it is not. Alright, well, we continue forward. Look at that, getting closer to the infantry, and I definitely think the 14th Pioneer, we either send them to attack Warsaw, or we help our current units, and I think they need the help. So if that tank can hold on one more turn, then the 14th Pioneer are going to be there to assist them. Actually, they're moving their tank back to the front lines, or back to their front lines near Warsaw. They have, however, pushed us out over here. My cavalry is the one I'm most concerned about, of course, encircled. Maybe we should have never put so much into that cavalry unit. At least he wasn't with us for the first mission. So if we lose him, we're essentially losing sort of a not very well-trained cavalry unit, let's say. But these guys are in trouble for sure. And at least opens up the pool to bring in maybe a somewhat better infantry unit. We have a bunch of tanks. We definitely need some more men on the ground. But we need a lot of things. We need artillery. We need men on the ground. You name it, we need it. So we go straight for the Pioneer unit, or maybe we go for one of these fancy Panzer 38Ts over here, a new tank unit. I really think we need manpower, though, so what I'm going to do is actually go for the good old-fashioned Wehr infantry. I'm going to overstrength it to 20, so it is going to be a beefy Wehr infantry with an Opel Blitz. We're spending a lot just to get this one infantry unit, but I think it's worth it. And what we're going to do is, in this situation, we are really up against the ropes. We're going to bring in the Luftwaffe to help us manage the infantry here. I have no other turn but to manage it, because we've got to destroy this enemy infantry attacking us. We've got to stop this counterattack and take Kutno. That's really the goal here. So I'm going all out just to make sure that this guy does not make it to the end of the turn. We could take the bridge later. Right now, it's got to be total attack, or at least really weakening the enemy to a dramatic extent. And at this point, I think maybe total attack is the way to go. Let's do it. Get some reinforcements next turn, boys. Assuming you survive, the glorious thing about the rod, though, the STKFZ, I should say, excuse me, is quite a lot faster than retreating enemy infantry units. So let's put an end to that right now. Now, I do want to upload that scout unit eventually. Right now, I'm actually going to get it on the other side of the enemy. This will get him encircled. Not sure it's going to do much, honestly, right now. But at least we've let the enemy know that we are not giving up the fight. I'm also going to go ahead and repair my Sturm Panzer. We've just got to hold on against the encroaching enemy units, get that Stuka out, see if we can maybe damage the tank a bit, or even just damage the existing cavalry. And since we have the recon here, they can, of course, call out firing coordinates to let us know exactly where to drop bombs, where to drop rounds, etc. So I like that a lot. That's beautiful. Let's see the Donya. How you doing, my friend? Could be doing a lot better, right? So let's grab the Stuka. And now we want to go for infantry kills. We're getting closer to the front lines. Of course, it's time to repair the 3rd Wehr infantry. I'm going to give them the elite replacements. These guys are the unit really that we really love, to be honest. So giving them those elite replacements, I think, is going to be a huge part of the game right now. We are going to be attacked by that AT gun, but they don't have much in terms of actual firepower. So I'm just going to try to destroy the enemy with the tank, the infantry with the tank right now. If we can't get them this turn, I was going to try to bomb them. However, it seems that they've kind of gotten in our way, which is a little frustrating. What about bringing in the Stuka for an attack run? Again, the Stuka's not doing so great either. So what I'm going to do is use him to attack this 8th Polish Infantry that's actually knocked our tank out of the city. And I think our Pioneers can actually move up here and also do a decent attack through the woods. Let's make it happen. Alright, very nice, very nice. We could go for the killing blow here, but I'm not sure we're going to get it. Or we could try to just repair that unit. Also not a bad idea. Actually, I've got an even better idea. Let's send in the Panzer 1Bs. Finish them off. And we've overrun the enemy completely. That's what I like to see. We can get that second attack thanks to the first victory. And of course, we're going to open fire at the Polish cavalry defending the bridge. Now, we could almost finish them off entirely here. Let's see if we've got any more air units. We don't. So what we're going to do instead is use up that elite replacements right now and get the elite replacements for our 4th Panzer. So at least next turn, they will be ready to fight and ready with quite a lot of veteran units here from the First World War to let us know exactly what to do to minimize casualties. In fact, I'm even going to bring my bomber in, my Dornier, but I don't know who I should go after. I say we go after the cavalry unit out there on the actual canal. Alright. Fortunately, we can't move in there this turn, but next turn is a new day, and we'll just make it happen then. Alright, the Polish Air Force continues. I thought Goring would have completely destroyed them by now, but they are definitely still in force. And still a few Polish armored units attacking here. Not what I was hoping for at all. Hopefully the 3rd Infantry can do something about that. I think they'll be wiping them out very quickly. And it looks like our Panzer IIc has actually gained a star. But of course the enemy is completely focused on our Sturmpanzer unit and on our Pioneer Infantry here. Really trying to push us back across the bridge. We can't let that happen, guys. That is just unacceptable. So first things first, we've got to get some reinforcements for our Pioneer, but he's so badly wounded that that's not going to happen this turn. So let's at least try to minimize the amount of enemy forces here so that we don't get pushed across the bridge. I'll even try to bring in the scout car. Look at that. Let's get a double attack here on the cavalry. You destroy our cavalry, we destroy your cavalry. Let's get him out of here. Bring up the very overstrength Wehr infantry unit over here. And I'm going to put them on this side of the bridge just because the infantry could easily attack and damage us for quite a bit. I don't need that right now. We've already been hit for quite a lot of damage. And let's keep on attacking the enemy air force. In fact, I think this Stuka can go ahead and knock down one of the Polish air wings. Beautiful. Got another Stuka here for the other air wing, but I think he's just going to go in on a strafing run. Wow, amazing job there. So the actual Messerschmitt just completely vaporized the cavalry. Now, they were on that canal tile, which makes it a bit easier for us to see them, but I still consider that really, really good news. And the even better news is we can go ahead and push through with our armor now and get really aggressive with the actual enemy. Open fire. I really wish we would have destroyed them, but if we can keep this going, the next turn they will absolutely be gone. Still have to deal with the enemy armor, but that is a small price to pay, considering our current situation. Let's grab the bridge, or maybe we move on through and destroy the cavalry. You know what? They don't call it a blitz for nothing. I'm going to keep moving. We can take the city afterwards. Of course, the thing is, we got to get these tank units back to deal with Warsaw. We can't forget that. Alright, so I'll at least take the city with the infantry. And let's continue towards Warszawa here. Again, the 3rd Infantry, we want to give them all of the glory of the kill. So first things first, I'm going to actually let them kill the... No, I'm going to actually let them go for the enemy infantry, because the enemy anti-tank can't attack our artillery, but the enemy infantry can. That really being the only reason. And we can also go full strength with our tanks. Why not? Bring in the Dornier to try and hit that armored unit, or we could just repair these guys, which I think is an even better idea. Good chance for us to get new planes. Everybody will be pleased, even the Führer himself. Yeah, they keep swinging back with that tank to try and repair them. Can't say I blame them. Alright, Weizen, it's our turn. I think we can go ahead and finish these guys off. We promised we would get some reinforcements for the 1st Pioneers. Let's make that happen. We don't have to get the best of the best, but it's good to try. And I'm going to swing the scout car over here just because I want to see what we're dealing with. There we go. Get rid of that scout unit. We can also go ahead and get rid of the infantry unit. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a bit because we've got to bring in some reinforcements. We can't just lose an infantry unit. That's unacceptable. I'm going to try and finish off their infantry with the massive 15th Wehr. These guys just arriving from the mainland to help us in this fight. So let's hope that they can actually do their jobs properly. Panzer. Was hoping we'd be able to attack this turn, but again, those 14 Pioneer can only do 2 turns at a time, or 2 spaces at a time, I should say. What we're going to try to do instead is just stop or lower the enemy's attacking strength and really put a dent in their armor, no pun intended. Alright, that's going to be a dead infantry unit. Sehr good, Männer. And we're going for Kutno next turn. I'll try to bring in a Stuka to take out the artillery. If not a Stuka, just a BF-109 to damage the artillery. So let's make that happen. We're just going to come in, try to shoot this thing down before we even make it to the city. And we're going to have to determine who is going to take the city, because the rest of our guys have got to get over to Warsaw. What I'm thinking is we'll take this Panzer and the 15th Wehr infantry. They're going to be responsible for taking Kutno. The rest of our units have got to head east to deal with the Polish menace. Get some artillery, perhaps? I wouldn't typically do this, but since we have the mass attack bonus, we can completely overrun the enemy artillery and get some reinforcements for our 3rd Wehr infantry. As for the Dornier, you might as well get in here and bombard the existing targets. But we also want to bring in the Messerschmitt and see if we can't wipe out the last Polish air wing over here. Oh, sorry, I said in actually, never mind. We have a Junkers, a Stuka, and a Dornier here. So we're going to have to do a bombing run, if anything. And actually, it looks like the Polish tanks in this swampy area are a perfect target for our Stuka bombers. Yes, that's a kill. That's what I was looking for. I hope we get a hero before the end of the turn for those Stukas. They've done an amazing job. And I think maybe we bring in a final attack, 9? Yeah, let's do it. I think we probably should have repaired the unit, but instead I'll do a strafing run in Kutno, try and increase the terror of the remaining Polish resistance. And look at this. We could actually go ahead and beef up our existing tank unit or actually damage the enemy. We can repair him next turn. Let's open fire. tank is back. That was quick. That was very quick. Maybe we have to put all of our attacks here in the east on that enemy armor. I don't want them to be a problem later. Well, Kutno is within our grasp now. We've got to decide what units are going to go for it and what units are going to stay behind. And of course, the 15th Wehr, I think, has earned the right to go for the kill here. But first, we completely obliterate the enemy artillery. And to make sure that happens perfectly, I'm going to try to get a scout unit looking at it as well. Try to get our armored unit to attack as well. In fact, we could start placing our planes here this turn, although I think that might be a little bit premature. I'm also going to bring in one 14th Pioneer unit. So guys, I'm really hoping that this is enough for what we're trying to do, but the rest of our infantry, the rest of our tanks, etc., are all getting on the main road straight to Warsaw. It's that simple. In fact, what I should have done is made the 2nd Wehr infantry attack this unit. The reason being they don't have a vehicle, although I believe we can actually upgrade them to give them that vehicle. Let's not worry about it now. Let's just continue forward, and hopefully this is going to be enough. I think so. I think it's going to be more than enough. All right, look at that. Now, one beauty about the Stuka, she's great at taking out enemy armor, and this is no exception, getting him down to 1. Now, 3rd Wehr is the guy, are the guys with that hero unit. I'm wondering if we should just go ahead, get them to kill, and get them, or make them even more of a hero unit. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's see how our tank does against the infantry. Yeah, I'm going to do it, guys. In fact, I'm going to let our tank get the kill. This way they can kind of get out of the way of any counterattacks. As for our artillery, get some reinforcements here from the Berlin School of Artillerie. And of course, we want to keep on attacking with the 3rd Wehr. So let's make it happen. We're going to have to hit those bunkers eventually, and those do not look easy. Well, I don't know how we're going to deal with that. I think this might be the first turn where the Dornier actually doesn't move much, but we are going to rebase every single one of our Messerschmitt aircraft. So let's just rebase these guys, rebase this one as well. Unless we can go in directly for an attack. Welcome to the airfield, my friends. Alright guys, now the moment of truth is actually upon us. Well, actually the moment of truth will be Warsaw. But the question is, can we get into Kutno with these existing units? I'm thinking with the assistance of the 14th Pioneer, we can do it. Also with the assistance of some scout cars. But first, let's get rid of these frustrating artillery guns. And also bring in another armor unit. I'd love to repair him, but we just don't have the time. It's going to be totally up to the Pioneers, really, and the infantry to get in here. Of course, armor is not going to break through well. And we are going to take a loss moving in, but I think it's all worth it, guys. Anything to get into that final city as we keep on steaming ahead towards Warsaw with the rest of our men. Now, first things first, I don't want that infantry unit getting away. I'm going to try to catch him before he makes it to the trenches. If possible, I want to try to avoid things like that bunker right there. That's just a real eyesore, a real problem to deal with. So let's actually bring in our armor, the 38th key, and get them the glory of the kill there. And things look pretty open. I wonder if we should just go ahead and take this part of the city. We might as well make our presence known. We are definitely in Warsaw. In Western Warsaw, you guys can know that the actual tanks, the German tanks, are now rolling down the streets. So that is good news for us, of course. But we've got to get even closer if we want to make a difference, and especially get that artillery closer if we want to start bombarding the outskirts of Warsaw to actually take it in time. We'll also move the Sturmpanzer up, and of course, I thought of this a long time ago. We're going to need that artillery to soften up any of the Polish units here in the city. And let's keep on going. Now, keep in mind, we're not just supposed to take the center of Warsaw, but the entire city here. And there's a bridge between the west and the east of the city. It's not going to be easy to break through, but we've got to break through it nonetheless. So let's get ready, and let's try to formulate some sort of plan. First plan is get our Messerschmitts in the sky and get rid of the Polish Air Force once and for all. I don't think they're going to have anything after this. And also, the 10th Messerschmitt unit is going to look quite good. In the meantime, we'll repair our existing Messerschmitt unit. Those that need repair, our Stukas also need repair, but we really need them to hit these bunker targets. I think pretty much only the Stukas and the Pioneers are going to be able to break through those areas, as well as, of course, our Dorniers. Risky, but we'll at least get a better view of the city, and I'll hit their artillery. Let's go for it. Yeah, not going for much of a kill. They don't have anything in terms of anti-air, though. That's very good news for us, and absolutely terrible news for the Polish units trapped inside. We might have to take one turn just to rest and recuperate, honestly. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what they're going to send at us. And look at that. Our tanks stood up very well against their armor. But yeah, it looks like they're willing to send anything at us, including armor. So let's make that armor pay for ever getting in our way, period. The artillery, I'm actually going to fire at the bunker just because I really want to destroy that thing. And let's bring in the monstrous Dornier. I don't mean monstrous in a bad way. I mean monstrous as in, like, terrifying to those beneath him. And I'm actually going to go for the tank, at least try to suppress him. Not bad. How about we try to get one of our units in the trench? So, unfortunately, we can't get in the trench this turn. We could if we stayed in the vehicle, but that's unacceptable. Instead, we're just going to move up the old-fashioned way and see if the 4th Panzer can't just keep on laying on the hurt on the armor here. I expected a little bit better, but that's all right. And with the 3rd Wehr, our heroes in the 3rd Wehr infantry, of course, we're going to have to bring in some reinforcements, but we'll at least have them back up to full, and I mean full strength. Look at this, man. That artillery is really doing a good job for them. So we might need to attack from the north here. Let's head to the north. Looks like that southern portion of the city is very well defended. Let's at least target the existing artillery here. Pretty much anything in our way we're going to target with our planes. We've got plenty of fuel, plenty of ammunition. Air base is close to the front lines. What more could you ask for? Well, I'll tell you what you could ask for. Another amazing bombing run with the Stuka. We've got to get some more of these things, I'm telling you. I absolutely love these guys. Against armor, they're amazing. I always thought that the Stuka would be better against infantry, but they are amazing against armor. So here we go. We could go for the mass attack right away. And I think we have to. That's really the job of the units over here near Kutno, is to break through the city, even at a loss. So close, and 5th Panzer has gained a star, guys. So our Panzer unit right here, our tank unit has gained a star. We've also taken Kutno, did not mean to do that. Can we undo the turn? I think we can. No worries. I'm actually just going to have him head east. Have east? Well, yeah, that too. We're going to have him head east as quickly as possible to the front lines of Warsaw. And we can finish this guy off next turn, no problem. As for these guys, they're just going to sit here, repair. I doubt they're going to see any more fighting during this campaign. Although maybe the scout car could provide some actual information about the enemy defenses. Let's continue. Now, the good news is our Stuka has only one mission, and that is to destroy that tank army. I want to keep the rest of these tiles open to encircle Warsaw, and I even want to bring in the Messerschmitts just to pepper the enemy with fire. Also, destroy any of these artillery pieces. That's a really tough job for a fighter, but thankfully the Messerschmitt is not just tasked at destroying artillery units from the sky, or excuse me, destroying infantry units from the sky or enemy air units. They're pretty good at attacking ground units. So we're going to go in here, we're going to strafe the enemy. Probably nothing will happen, but for that tiny chance that something does, we want to be prepared. Now, I could start firing with the artillery now or wait a turn. I think we're going to start firing now, and we're going to send in the 3rd Wehr in the first line of attack against Warsaw. But we've got to start firing with artillery first, softening the city up as much as we can. And actually moving here is very risky because this bunker can open fire at our artillery gun and do some serious damage. But come on, the 3rd Wehr, they've seen so much combat. I believe in these boys. They've got a hero in their unit. Let's go for Warsaw and give them the glory of taking the city. Not bad, not bad. Could be better. We, of course, brought forward the scout car and this infantry unit right here, guys. We're going to be repairing them next turn. I wanted to get this guy in this turn, and the reason being the first Pioneer is going to work out beautifully against the bunker. And unfortunately, somebody is going to have to take on that bunker unit, or that bunker complex. We're not sure even how large this thing is, but the rest of our infantry are arriving, and just look at Warsaw. All of these German units here, quite a lot of infantry. I think we've got enough to break through, but we won't know it until we try it, of course. And the only thing we forgot was bringing in the Dornier to further suppress the enemy units at Warsaw. Not the end of the world, though. I think I was going to risk the Dornier against the bunker, but I think I'm actually just going to still bring him into Warsaw, at least do some terror bombing here, let the people know we mean business. But, oh, the Polish are letting us know they mean business. They've got some anti-air weapons here. As for the Wehr infantry, you know what? We're going to give this kill to the Panzer 1B. They already have a kill, so maybe at the end of this mission we can unlock a hero in this unit, and we'll drive through here just to make sure there are no other Polish units. By the way, I'm not sure if I'm alone in this, but I love the fact that they leave the dead units on the battlefield. I just think that's great. In RTS games, that's a must for me. So to have that happen in a turn-based game, just an added bonus, really. All right, we are putting our Panzer 2C at risk, but I am extending the line. So now, of course, we've got a proper front line against the defenders of Warsaw. How's it going to go? Okay, the fight continues, of course. I think we send in the Pioneers once again, but we repair the Panzers. We're just trying to soften things up for the 3rd Wehrmacht Infantry. Right now, without a doubt, our most beastly infantry unit in existence. The problem is they are getting badly damaged. We're going to have to move them back. So what I'm going to try to do, move the Wehr infantry back and replace them next turn. And I'm going to move in with our 2nd Wehr infantry. Start attacking central Warsaw, and we've pushed them out. Now that's beautiful. Can we follow up with the tank and completely destroy them? Pretty damn close. In fact, I think we might be able to get the kill. There's always that chance that we make the 3 instead of the 2. Nonetheless, taking the center of the city makes me feel much safer. And in the meantime, I'm going to replace these Pioneer units. Let's get this scout car forward. And actually, the scout car can get the kill, but potentially at the risk of losing his own life. So what I'm going to do instead is send the scout car over here, have him attack the artillery. I'm not going to feel too bad if we lose the SDKFC, I'll be honest. But we do need at least 1 scout in our army. So we're going to try to get another one if he does get killed. Let's just hope that he doesn't, of course. That would be the best case scenario. These guys are in trouble too next turn if that bunker opens fire on them. Might as well make use of our air forces here. Pretty much anything we can hit. Now, we're just barely out of reach of the eastern part of Warsaw. So we've just got to do what we can here with the existing buildings. And, of course, getting a kill on a bunker would be huge. Suppressing it would be decent as well. But what I really want to do is get rid of any enemy artillery. And now with the recon here, that should be fairly easy. What about a strafing run with a Messerschmitt? Never hurt anybody except the enemy, right? Now over here, the enemy AT will definitely take us out, or A8 will definitely take us out, I should say. We can't have the anti-air units firing at our air wing, so we'll just open fire and keep an eye on that particular landscape here. This is actually a defended, entrenched area. We might not be able to get in there that easily, but in the meantime, I'll at least repair the existing aircraft we've got as we proceed towards victory. Okay, look at that. So actually, our 7th SDKFC did gain a star, and they survived, which is incredible. I'm going to move them back here. I don't think we'll see them more for this battle. For the 3rd Wehr, the brave 3rd Wehr, we're going to go ahead and boost them up to full strength again. And now, of course, we get started on the next part of combat, and that is going to be crossing here into eastern Warsaw. So first things first, completely overrun the actual anti-tank, or excuse me, yes, anti-tank unit. Wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong there. And as for our engineers, we've got to get them some reinforcements. Plenty of men just arrived from the Reich, desperate to fight. Got to try and cross this bridge. I think that bridge is going to be the real challenge for our men. And of course, you've got to lose some men to make a push. So we are going to attack here at the loss of quite a lot of Germans. But I think it's an absolutely necessary sacrifice. They might retake Warsaw, but I'm not going to get my guys in the trucks because that would be extremely dangerous for them. Then again, we get to the front a lot quicker. Oh man, I'm taking a huge risk here. I'm going to move the trucks in. And right now we're kind of letting an enemy infantry unit stay behind us and not do much. Let's see if we can get an encirclement on the bunker. At least the bunker can't damage us back, so I'm going to try to attack it. But I'm not sure it's going to be all that useful, really. What about the Dornier? Can you put a dent in that damn thing? There's always a chance that the heavy bombs from the Dornier can break through the bunker. But it's not going to be a huge risk, honestly. I don't think it's going to be very dangerous. Since it's now down to 5, it's probably not going to attack us back. And even if it does, the damage it's going to do is going to be minimal, to say the least. So I think we're good to go. Just as long as the enemy doesn't send in any air units, we'll bring our 5th Panzer forward as well and repair him next turn. We're going to be able to repair all of these units before the next battle, hopefully. That would be the goal. But first, maybe we get a shot with the Sturmpanzer. No, I'm going to go ahead and repair him, get him back up to full strength so that he's ready to attack next turn. I'm just hoping that our second Wehr will be safe. So 4th Panzer took every single attack there from the Polish. I guess they realized they've got to destroy our tanks if they have any chance of victory. But they withstood it and gained a star. And that's, of course, going to increase their veterancy and potentially even get them a hero at the end of this battle. That's what I'm really hoping for. But what we need to do now, get some reinforcements for these guys or just move them back. You know what? That's what we're going to do. Just move them back. Let stronger men take on the job. And we'll send in the 14th Pioneer for this particular attack. This is why we really need our Pioneer, aka Engineer units, because they are the masters at getting into cities. They're the masters at actually breaking those city tiles and making it in for the rest of our men. I think we're about to get a double kill also with the 4th Panzer, if I'm not mistaken. We get a second attack. Oh, maybe not. I was hoping for it. Although, as you can see now, guys, all we have left is an actual anti-air unit before we make it into Warsaw and capture it completely. So at this point, it's going to be a mad rush. I'm not playing as a Soviet player. Nonetheless, I might as well be, because we are just going to do a mad rush for the city at this point. With any existing units that can use repairs, I'll of course provide them. But with most of our guys, we just want to go ahead and grab the gold, aka grab victory here immediately. You have no chance, Poland. You can give up now. We're not finishing this up without some bombing runs. That just wouldn't be right. And can the Stuka see these guys out in the open? I sure hope so. If not, that's okay. Alright, guys, let's give the 4th Panzer the glory here. They deserve this kill. And I can't wait to see if we actually unlocked any heroes during this battle. That's going to be interesting. But what I'll do is actually just encircle the enemy here at Warsaw. Eastern Warsaw, really. In fact, we're going to send the Wehr infantry through. And let's get the Sturmpanzer up here. There's not much they can do, but believe it or not, and I'm sure you guys will believe it, anti-air weapons are very good against infantry. So, not in this game, but I mean just in general. So we're just going to overwhelm them here. We can pretty much take them out this turn. But if you're in a real combat situation, you run out of rifle ammunition, but you have an anti-air weapon at your disposal, believe me, you want to take that thing as quickly as possible. It's your friend. It's going to save your life. That being said, can we get in there this turn and finish it off once and for all? I'm not sure, but I'm okay with waiting till next turn because this gives our Pioneer a bonus. And as you can see, Warsaw defenders have suffered a temporary morale drop. due to the loss of the bunker. Of course, they were already in pretty big trouble either way. So we're just going to continue the attack. Let's bring in the Messerschmitt. We're just going to do a strafing run. Let's repair our existing planes. Repair the Stuka. Very good work, men. Just going to move the artillery back. I could repair him this turn, but I'd rather get him out of the way of any enemy attacks. And we're going to have a victory by turn 15, guys. I'll take it. I will certainly take it. There we go. That's going to be victory at Warsaw. We can, of course, see the bonuses and experience here. The 3rd Wehr gaining a hero, apparently. Oh, no, sorry. This is the existing hero in the 3rd Wehr. Shame on me. So now, guys, we get to go to either Norway North or Norway South. If you guys enjoyed our battle here at Warsaw, of course, we put everything into one video. It's a lot of work. Then make sure to hit that like button and drop a comment down below and share wherever you can. Because if we want to move on to Norway, we got to get a decent amount of likes and views. And we shall go to Norway next. So, Norway South or Norway North? Well, we went south before, but north allows us to actually face the British, the Englanders. I don't know. Isolated and difficult to reach objectives await the southern landings. Extreme mountainous terrain awaits the northern landings. I think we're going to go to Norway. Well, we do really well with our infantry, I must say. So mountainous terrain seems interesting, but I'll go for Norway South.